Listen to Honorable Mbui, but before we do, let's listen to a clip of the various leaders of Ukambani region on the things they've been saying over time between February and now. Part of those speakers are Afro Mutua, the governor of Machakos. Listen.
So everybody was shortchanged because we just signed a page on the belief that we will be given the rest of the document because we had been told the contents of the documents. It was explained what is the content, and so we believe that what we are told is the content is the same. So we signed knowing that we'll be given the other one to do a few corrections here and there. But since that time, the document has been denied of us. We have unanimously decided to support the presidency of His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga under the Azimio umbrella, because he is the one who is better placed to transform Kenya.
We are looking for a leader next general election who can lead this country as the president of Kenya and who has some kind of experience, understanding, can be trusted, who can be reliable, who has been tested, and there can never be any other than the Azimio la Umoja.
We have seen Raila fight for the constitution, for multipartism, for the constitution, for devolution, and he's tested even the things that he says.
Kura zetu za Ukambani zote tutazipeleka mahali pamoja bila kupeleka kando kando, ndio tuweze kwenda tukisema kwamba tulipiga kura vizuri. Sasa tunataka ile ahadi ulitupa, tunataka haki yetu, ndio watu wetu waache kuteseka.
Those are watu wa huko nyumbani, but their mandate is also running out. Sindio? So they will be like everybody else. They are obviously jostling for space. As you put it, everybody is trying to do some political realignment. You are going to see big names lose out in a big way as we move towards August 9th. Because they make wrong strategic moves. Wanakwisha. Mutu anakwisha tu. Yeah. So don't be surprised.
So, that is between Feb and now, and of course, the Governor Afro Mutua yesterday made that declaration that, or that announcement that he's now leaving Azimio la Umoja. I'll get to you, Dr. Afro Mutua, but before I do, Honorable Mbui, so this is such an important time for the Ukambani region as you still continue to look for which way come August 2022. Never mind that all of you had at one point been different locations. Then at some point between Feb and now, you are in Azimio la Umoja. Now Afro Mutua and Mandela Chapchap have left. What more shall we see from Ukambani region before the election?
Yeah, thank you. But allow me to quickly respond to some things that I've heard on this show that I feel I need to respond to, and especially when you hear, when I got to see Senator get a little mixed up. And I was shocked that he talked about the issue of CSs coming from different regions, noting how the sharing of CSs was in the Uhuru government, from 2013. Mm-hmm. And the face of Kenya was really not one of the considerations, because there were certain regions that were getting very many appointive positions compared to the rest of Kenya. So I don't know what has happened. I don't know whether people have been born again. But if we are going to work with the 2013 lineup, then it means that if some people do win, then we are really going to have a hard time. And then the issue of double speak. Kenya Kwanza is not about sharing of positions. And he has confirmed, Senator here and Governor Mutua have confirmed that people are actually striking deals, which is, deals not about the community, but about themselves and what they will get, what positions they'll hold. So that means that we've been lied to for a long time. Then he says, oh, the Azimio document isn't available, we haven't seen it. Then he continues to quote the contents. It says that in 3 months I cannot leave. So I don't know, how do you get to know that if you didn't have access to it? And then I had my party leader of Chapchap said he had an overwhelming win in Machakos in 2017. I know there was a contested battle about rigging, but even leave that alone. You can look at the figures that were actually finally given by IEBC. There was a very narrow win. So, I mean, this issue of exaggerating is not good. And then the issue of saying that there is lower eastern zoning where Wiper will be given the opportunity to field candidates. That's not true. Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya, people are fielding candidates from all political parties, including ODM, has candidates for Senate in Machakos. It has candidates for members of parliament parliament, and MCAs. And Chap has also candidates. So sometimes some parties want to hide because there are not many people that have vied in your party. You want to pretend that maybe there was somebody out there that was blocking people from coming to your party. And I'll tell you this, even the issue of how many people that vie in your party means nothing. In the last general election, Maendeleo Chap was actually second to Jubilee. I think they had more candidates going into the election than even ODM. And the reason was that I think the party leader had given very good promises. He's very good. And so people thought, wow, this is where to go because we get supported, we get funding for campaigns. But finally, they ended up with, I think, 2 members of parliament or 3 members of parliament from across the country, then a few members of county assembly. In Machakos itself, there were a very small minority. So the reality is that, and I go back to what you have asked, what do we expect? I think for us in our region, we have one leader that we respect, and we know that that community really listens to our party leader. And the community is waiting for the decision that will be made about the running mate, so that we can also decide where we are going to be towards August 9th.
What does that mean?
I'm saying that Wiper Democratic Movement is a party formed for purposes of also winning political power. Our party leader is a national leader, and he was actually meant to vie for presidency. We passed this as a resolution under the National Executive Council. We also went ahead and have the National Delegates Conference, where we gave him opportunity and we told him we are giving you the rights now to go vie for president. But in the clause we also said, go and make friends. So in the making of friends, we believe that he was to go and bring other people that probably would support him on his bid. But later on, he told us, you know what, Kenya is bigger than all of us. Let me support Raila Amolo Odinga. So, of course, for us, we expect some measure of reciprocity. We expect that within the Azimio coalition, if... and because we've always said that Azimio is three major formations. Jubilee, and that is the chair of the coalition council, comes from Jubilee and also comes from Mount Kenya, and that is the President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. The other arm, which is Azimio la Umoja, which is ODM and other affiliate parties, have also got the presidential candidate, which is His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga. And now the third arm, which is One Kenya Alliance, the third leg of the stool, is the One Kenya Alliance, which has Wiper and KANU and other affiliate parties. Of course, we know we lost a few, members because, ANC and Ford Kenya were part of that leg, and so was NAC Kenya, Martha Karua. They're all part of that, but some of them have moved on. But so we believe that, in all fairness, when we formed this coalition party, then each arm will get an opportunity to be in the leadership. So
if Kalonzo Musyoka doesn't become the running mate of Raila Odinga,
then some will feel very betrayed. We will feel very, very betrayed as One Kenya Alliance, because we came into this knowing that we are going to be sharing this arrangement and the leadership of this coalition. And we never failed to make that very clear from the beginning. In fact, when my party leader accepted to support Raila, you remember he had already made some comments and he had said, I'll be the biggest fool. And people have talked about it. That has trended for a long time. But they forget to say that he said, without a measure
of reciprocity.
Yes. So the reciprocity is that he will be considered.
Honorable Mbui, in the event that Kalonzo Musyoka does not succeed to be the running mate of Raila Odinga, is there a possibility that he will run for presidency on Wiper ticket? I will tell you that Wiper will go back to the drawing board if he doesn't get named. Because, you see, yes or no?
this is the third largest party in Kenya. It would make no sense for us to allow our party to just get lost, We are now in a big coalition. Then if our party leader doesn't get to be seen out there, then what happens to the rest of us? So we are going to fight for our space in Azimio, La Umoja, One Kenya. And I'm telling you, we are taking nothing short of the deputy president's slot. So in specific terms, if you don't get that, you run for president? We are taking nothing short. So what is less than deputy president? Running mate. That's what I'm asking. If we are getting nothing short of the deputy president. Unless things change, next week on Monday, Raila Odinga has to submit his name
And that of a running mate?
Yes.
If that running mate is not Kalonzo Musyoka?
That running mate has to be Kalonzo Musyoka.
Governor,
what about the interviews?
Just hold on. Governor Alfred
I can answer on the interviews.
Just hold on. I'll get back to you.
Oh, Sam, you should have asked him whether Kalonzo is attending interviews.
Senator Cherargei.
So that we complain.
Senator
because
Cherargei.
we also follow in studio.
Senator
and
Cherargei.
Kenyans are following. Can you kindly ask him if he will, Kalonzo will
answer.
I will. He has had the question. He will answer. All right.
Okay.
So, Governor Alfred Mutua, I mean, we're listening to this and seeing you in February appearing together with Governor Charity Ngilu, Governor Kivuda Kibwana, and at that time you are saying that Kalonzo Musyoka has to join Azimio or perish in this election, and I use that word perish cautiously. Now here we are, of course, ultimatums being given by Wiper, the leadership there. What's happening in Ukambani region? And you said that the region would vote in one basket or would be on the same side. Now it appears that is likely not to be.
I think, democracy is about people exercising their choice. And we need to move away from these tribal cocoons where people just vote because they are voting for somebody because of their tribe. It is quite unfortunate, but that seems to be the debate that many people are pushing towards. Let me just, as I answer the question, let me clarify a few things. One, people are born Christian, they convert to be Muslims. People are born Muslim, they convert to be Christian. You can move from one coalition to another coalition. It happens all over the world. Coalitions are about sharing of government. So people, my friends, when I'm saying, oh, listen to Mutua, simplistic, he's the one who is simplistic. Because look at the Likud party, look at the parties in Australia, look at democracy. You go into a coalition knowing that when we get victory, this is how we are going to share government. That is common sense. And when we say we are discussing about sharing government, that does not mean that we don't care about our people, because we are sharing government so that we could represent our people. The leadership represents the people. If sharing of government was not, why is Wiper insisting so much they need the deputy president position? If they talk people, they shouldn't be insisting. They should say whatever we get is okay, as long as we are Meshinda. But they're insisting on that position. Positions are important, and positions and sharing of government is important in terms of how you move your people forward towards development. So let's try and get to a higher level of debate in terms of when we look at an analysis of how coalitions are actually done. The second point, and very important, is that, as a country, elections are about getting somebody in power so that you could reap the fruits of development. That is where we are. And it doesn't need arrogance. It needs people to be able to work together and be able to move together. I've listened to Mbuis, just dismissing. My little chap was 3 months old when he got the certificate. And we won 4 seats in parliament. We won over 40, NCSs across the country. It's a big feat for a small party, very small party. That's why I say we want the opportunity to be able to grow the party. It is not about competition, of who is smaller, who is bigger. It's about representation of our people as a political party.
But
and finally, because I have to go,
yes,
in Ukambani, Ukambani is an important region, and it's an important region with many votes, and those votes don't all have to go to one person. Those all votes can be shared so that our people are in government. And it is very clear, and I'm telling the people of Ukambani today, and I'm welcoming even Boy, please join us. I'm welcoming, my good Senator Cherargei will be in Tala today. We're meeting at Savannah Lodge. We have a big rally with Ruto in Ukambani today, because it's about people being given a choice. Yes. This thing of being told to end the heavy this water without people being given a choice is unconstitutional. And we're saying, if Ukambani want to be in government, why should we put all our eggs in one basket? Some will vote for Raila, but let others vote for Ruto, knowing that if Raila loses, Ruto is winning, we're in government. If anything happens, then by mistake, by bad luck, Ruto loses, Kambas are in government with Raila. Let us not put our eggs in one basket. That is the principle in Ukambani now. We are saying we are going to support Ruto because we also want to have an option of being in government. We don't want to be optionless.
Okay.
Kambas have been out of government for 10 years because of the Kalonzo factor of saying all of us just go one way, blindly. We are saying, tumeamka sisi si wajinga. We are saying this time, hatuendi mahali pamoja sisi wote. Tunasema hapana, tutagawana kura zetu so that whatever happens, we are now in government, we can reap government. We are not that...
Governor,
to repeat mistake again.
Governor, that brings me to the question I asked you, whether Kenyans can trust you, because you're the same person in February that you said the region has to be on one side. Now you're saying that the region has to vote differently or separately. How do you reconcile that within two...
No. I said, you know, that's what I say. When you look at it and people change positions, why is it that you go to school with a certain position and then you go? Why is it that you go to a rally or to a debate? Or why is it that you go to a meeting where you are persuaded to go otherwise? Why is it you go to court where a decision is made? You can change your mind. You can say, okay, in the prevailing circumstances, in the way the wind of change is work. And let me tell you one thing. We are leaving Azimio because Azimio 1 is bleeding. 2, Azimio does not have democracy. Because if it had democracy, we would have been able to air all these issues inside. If it had democracy, we'll be able to have a document that we signed. Yes, he is asking, how did you know about the 6 months? We read the document. The initial document we read, but they have refused to give us the initial document because we believe they are fixing it. Why would they refuse? They are fixing it. So me, I'm asking any leader in this country right now, anybody who stands up to criticize Alfred Mutua or Kingi or others who have left Azimio, before they criticize us, let them table the document that we signed, that was signed by political parties. If they cannot table that document for Kenyans to see before they talk about us, then please, let me be a bit rude here, forgive me. Please keep quiet or shut up. You have no basis to speak. Because you ukora tuachane nayo. Let us be realistic. Table the document if you're honest before you can criticize Mutua. If you're not able to table that document, then you are dealing with a house of dishonesty. No Kenyan trust you. As simple as that.
I hear you, Governor, and thank you so much for your time. Rafael Tuju, the Executive Director of Azimio, said that they refused to release the document to you because what appears to suggest that you are double-dealing. But all the same, thank you so much for your time. And we have to get back here in studio. I need to take closing remarks. And he really wants... There's a question, Senator Cherargei, you wanted Honorable Mbui to respond to. Yes. I think I give him the opportunity now to...
he already asked this question. You should be giving me the opportunity to answer.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. I'm giving you the opportunity to respond as
thank you, because it was about, I think, whether my party leader will participate in the vetting process. Yeah. The answer is no. We already said that party leader is beyond that arrangement of being called for an interview. Because we said that the interview that he's undergone is an interview of the people, and he's been all over the place, and Kenyans have said, you deserve to be deputy president. He has the right amount of experience. He is of the right age, because now he cannot wait any longer. He's got integrity that we all know that is of a high level. And clearly, I mean, that is a person who, he's politically is a high flyer. So for him to be called to an interviewing process, what do they want to know about Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka? They know his name. They know where he went to school. They know where he comes from. They know what he's done all from the time he was born. Even what job he has done, what offices he's held. What new information can Kalonzo Musyoka give to a panel? So it is your position that Kalonzo Musyoka will not be appearing before the committee? As a party, we've told him not to appear. Okay. In fact, he would let us down if he was to appear. There's a report I've seen on the Standard saying that there is collection of signatures to have Kalonzo Musyoka running as a presidential candidate in this election. Is that true? I don't think we have started that because we haven't yet, crossed that bridge. But I can tell you as a party, and I'm very categorical, that if our party leader is not named as a running mate, then as a party, we have already told him that we are not taking nothing short of deputy president. So he cannot afford now to sit back and relax because the party will be sinking. So we have only one option. Run him all the way to the wire. But will you win? Will you become president? Yes. He will be president in 2027. But if we do not run him now, then this party will be sinking. And that is what you must understand. So that every political party has a purpose to remain relevant. If he doesn't become... Because people have said that it's a race between Raila Odinga and William Ruto. Yes, we know, and we accept. Should he decide to run as a third force, is there any chance of him winning the election? If he decides to run, it will be because we want to tell them that we had votes and he has votes that they wanted to ignore. And we have a repeat of 2007. We will have a repeat election and we will make a decision at that point. Because no one will get 50+1 if Kalonzo Musyoka runs.
Honorable,
Honorable is good. Honorable is good. I'm running for president in 2027, now that everybody
Oh, you are?
You see, Sam, let me just talk about one or two things. A person who aspires to be the president of the Republic of Kenya, or of any country for that matter, is on television telling Kenyans, I was given a document, but I was only given the last page to sign. That's Mutua for you. You know, this country, I'm saying we must be serious as people. Secondly, so we leave him like that. He's a good gentleman. I like him. You come to Wiper. You see, you are coming out badly. You are saying, out of anger, you can run not to win, just to run, just to spoil for Raila. Then the question is, you want to win 2027? Yes. So if your anger makes Ruto win, what chance do you have against Ruto in 2027? Absolutely nil. If Ruto is this tough, we must admit Ruto is tough. He's harassing Raila and Uhuru, the whole government. You can imagine if he has been president for 5 years, what chance would you stand? So you see, there's so much that I can't take as a Kenyan. So I'm only asking our leaders, these two people, you are serious people, and Kenyans are watching you. Don't say the things you are saying. And my friend Charad Gay, don't defend things you can't defend. You people said categorically, and you are right, I kept saying that this country, unless you realize you work through kingpins, you look at regional heads, you look at tribe, you never win. You people said, no, we are with God and the people. We are not going. Now you are telling us here, Charad Gay, that it's good to distribute positions. So now, what argument do you still have? If I may ask, you see, you really have to go back to the drawing board and realize that Kenyans may not be what you think they are. Nyinyi wenyewe mmesema wajinga Kenya walisha, but your actions and words would tend to suggest they are in plenty. Even if you want to shift intelligently. Say, well, we were mistaken to think you can get this thing alone. But now we are seeing, if you look at the ground, it is not possible to win. It's not possible to win the presidency unless you engage other people. That's why we engage the Mudavadi. So find a way of saying it in a way that Kenyans can accept it, because we understand you found yourself in a very terrible situation because you cannot win the election in this country, without partnering with other regions, with people from other regions, kingpins, and so what you call tribes, and so on and so forth.
Senator, take your minute of closing remarks.
What I want to say is that what Aman, and I want to thank my brother for being honest, because personally as a leader in this republic, I believe the track record and a person of Kalonzo Musyoka, who is he, should be respected. Subjecting him for some individuals to do an interview to him would be unfair. And we want to wish him well in his endeavors. Of course, I know Aman is uncomfortable when Kalonzo will run for presidency. But you have to know, Aman, that and Kenyans should know that Kalonzo Musyoka, just like any other Kenyan, has run for presidency. So, and as a country, we must allow everybody to be who they are. I know the reason, and you know, the people who support Azimio imagine that since they have the blessings of President Uhuru Kenyatta to run, they are so comfortable that they think winning is automatic. But I'm happy Aman, who is one of the deep state within Azimio, has come to reality that not all is well, that William Ruto is very tough. And it is good, Aman, by the way, in Vihiga County, he comes with Musalia Mudavadi, where also power will be. So that's why he's comfortable and appreciates that William Ruto is very tough. But my appeal is that as we go finally, Sam, I have seen the extension by IBC to comply with gender rule, I think to 12 or they are about.
Yes, 12.
I hope our political parties will be. But my only worry is that even if you feel these women and they are not elected in general election, we will have the same parliament that my brother Mbui and I have been sitting an advisory of the Chief Justice Emeritus David Maraga talked about the compliance of third gender rule. But I don't know, as a country, we need to allow that these are progress. where we need to achieve the gender issue. And I think it is not, unless you have guided democracy, unless you have a democracy where you are saying you must elect women, I think we need to, as a country, encourage women to run for these offices, appeal to men and women of this country to elect more women to elective position so that we are compliant. Otherwise, want to wish and agree that we are joining Governor Mutua after this in Tala to bring a revolution in Ukambani politics and allow them to be part of Kenya Kwanza and Former. Yes, I'm going there because I was part of the people who ensured Governor Mutua becomes part of Kenya Kwanza.
Okay, thank you so much, Senator Cherargei. Malela on Twitter is saying that I remember Dr. Alfred Mutua accusing Kalonzo Musyoka of meeting Kenya Kwanza at night while he is in Azimio la Umoja. So basically, he was talking about himself. Queen News Pacho, the mistake of Azimio supporters, including Manyora, is to believe Governor Mutua doesn't have votes, yet he was elected 2 times in Machakos with over 200,000 votes. Really, Azimio should address issues raised by dissenting voices. Okelo Mwalimu, Governor Mutua can only be compared to a player who single-handedly terminates his football contract and signs another one with the rival team before the original one lapses. However, this miscalculated move was unpredictably predictable. Really, what does that mean? Asanas Mavuti, we are yet to see more defectors from Azimio if the political deceit inside continues. In fact, the next harvest for Kenya Kwanza is Kalonzo if he is not given the running mate position. Engineer Lazaro, the naked truth, Kenya Kwanza gained from Ukambani rivalry. It's widely believed people like Governor Mutua and Kibwana can't comfortably share podium with Kalonzo, Ruto parading them just for the sake of mind game psychological politics. Kipto Ruto, Alfred Mutua has been complaining for the last 2 months. Whatever is happening in Azimio is questionable. Having 2 parties living in a single day doesn't reflect a good picture for them. Governor made a thoughtful decision. You can't stay where you ain't welcome. And J.M. Musoma, the exit of Governor Mutua is not a threat to Azimio One Kenya Alliance or a significant plus to Kenya Kwanza. Kalonzo controls over 90% of Ukambani politics in terms of elected seats. Is that true? Is that factual, really? Wiper being the 3rd largest party in Kenya puts Kalonzo on top of all wannabe Azimio One Kenya deputy presidents. I don't think that is factual. It's not 90%.
It's not 90%.
Very close to 90%.
They still have a lot to do.
Senator Cherargei, Herman Manyora, and Honorable Robert Mbui, thank you all. And of course, earlier on, we spoke to Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua of Machakos and Fred Okango, who is the Secretary Political Affairs within KANU. Thank you, the viewer, for taking time to work with us since 6 a.m. until now. And of course, we continue with these conversations up until we have the election of 2022. My name is Sam Gituku. See you some other time. Bye for now.